Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Folks, we are going to be covering a little bit of PvP. That's right. Listen, whether you like it or not, this is in the game now. A lot of people are very upset for a couple of reasons. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. We're going to talk about at least what I've realized right now from a strategy perspective and a couple other things as well too. So first off, just so you guys are aware, this is not balanced PvP. Your account does matter. So yes, it is going to make a difference on your account, who you fight, what you're using, etc. There is an elemental pecking order as well too. So just understand that as well. And there's a couple different things you need to know. Now for PvP, it is not action based, as you guys have seen me make this video. The whole goal realistically, guys, is try to get yourself all these rewards. Yes, it does require 40 times worth of battles, but it's not that bad. Like, they go pretty fast, right? And you guys can check the ranks and rewards right here as well too. Reward details, you get yourself a title. So again, it's nothing over the top. It's not that big of a deal. The title says international class champion. I don't really care about that personally, but there are different tactics you can use and different weapons or different setups you can set up. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and all the things you need to know about PvP and how to approach it and how you want to handle it. Now remember, this is very fresh, so this is initial theory crafting. This is not testing. We will do a testing video as well along the week, and we'll give you guys the proper results once we get that. But with that being said, guys, before we even start with that, I want to remind everybody, content creator program going on. Please hit that support button, get yourself into the program, get yourself in for free codes. Especially, I'm going to be sending out codes all month long, so if you guys want free codes, it's absolutely easy to do. Just click that support, get in. Remember, it's pinned to every single comment section and description of every single video. All right, let's go in and talk about PvP. So here is how we're going to approach this. Now, in my opinion, there's going to be two different metas here, and they're going to be pretty straightforward metas. Number one, the shield meta, and number two, the shield removal meta. I think those are going to be the big ones. So I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do in terms of the setup, and in order to activate this, it's just right in the middle of the screen, guys. Click on that. You guys can see. Now, the first thing I would recommend you guys do is get into there and form a defense team. So my defense team is the following. I have Christopher Reed, I have Yuki. So I wanted to make sure, like, he does massive AoE damage and his transformation is really fast, and he has a couple different maneuvers that he can do, obviously with perfect dodge. Obviously Thomas gun, he's shielders, and then of course a shield remover with melee and a healer. Okay, so this is important. I think this setup is going to work really well. The main thing to remember though is when you are coming into this battle, you have to choose two at a time. So you guys can see these little eyes, they indicate which two you want to start with. The rest can come in later. Now the more important part, of course, is the fact that you need to make sure you're set up in terms of your actual gear, because yes, TP does matter. You guys can see my TP up there. You're going to need to set up your skills as well, and then of course lastly your cores. All of this is going to make a difference, guys, so put the effort in and make it happen. Now with that being said, there's also this setup right over here, and this is important. Okay, this is going to be your actual tactical cards, which are going to make a huge difference. So what you want to do is you want to have a good mixed bag of debuffs, buffs, and then of course strategies. Okay, so you guys can see there's tactical points here. You can base it on that. You can base it on the type of cards, etc. So there's weakened cards here, and then the other ones are called enhanced cards, and lastly the last ones are enhanced to yourself as a commander. So here's my strategy going in, okay, with this one. I'm going to back out for a sec and show you guys. So let's go start from scratch. So starting cards, hack and shield destruction. So I think these are going to be super important. First off, this one here doesn't need to be here. What I would actually recommend, instead of putting that first, is I would take the right over here. Where is it? This one, damage increase one first, and then put hack in right about the middle section, right, for your defense. So I'm going to put right there. That way I have the ability to use it later on when I need it. And then this one over here as well too. So let's go through this. So the first thing I would recommend is enhance the damage of all your allies for 10% until the end of the battle. This can be stacked, so it can be used numerous amount of times. And then over here, there's a weakened one, destroy all enemy shields, preventing them from receiving shields for 10 seconds. This is going to be big because I feel like a lot of people are going to run shield units like myself. So this is a great way to obviously stop that from happening and then make them more vulnerable. A perfect heal is not a bad option at this point. If your shield is gone and you need a heal and your healer is not there, this is a great way to get yourself a quick heal back to 100% and allow you to go back at it. And at that point, your shield should be back up and ready for action. Granting 3 tactical points, this is a big one as well too. So you may want to actually even consider doing it this way. I would maybe consider putting this one here to get your tactical points and then get your heal in afterwards, right? That way you have like the instant tactical points and your heal comes up right away. And then hack, preventing your enemies from summoning their hunters for 10 10 seconds. This, I don't know yet how it is for timing, but I feel like this is going to be a pretty relevant one for everybody because it'll avoid anybody from coming into the battle for 10 seconds, allowing you to take advantage while yours are in there. Extreme defense, of course, granting a shield to all allies in case your shield is gone. This is not a bad option to go with. You could also toss this one here right above tactical battle just to give yourself, or even perfect heal to give yourself a shield and then do perfect heal. So this might actually be a better option. Hold on. So we might do extreme defense here and then put the perfect healer here, right, to give it a little more time to work. The quick draw draws 3 cards from your deck, so any of the random 3. Hopefully you get this one to increase more damage. Demolish, decrease the break gauge of an opponent, which stuns them, and then of course you have the ability here to protect gauge for a single ally for up to 20% for 10 seconds. So that I think is another really big one you might want to consider as well too. So hopefully we figure things out and come up with the proper strategy. So I'll show you guys how this works. That's my defensive team, of course, and let's go back out here and I'll show you guys how the actual PvP aspect of it works so you guys get a general sense. So let's just pick anybody here. I don't know, I'll pick this individual. So I don't even know who their team was. Okay, so they're running full defense pretty much. Like you can see a lot of people running the full defensive style teams. So we'll pick them, we'll try it out. We're gonna go ahead and do this 2 starting cards here. I think this one and this one are fine. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. And we're going to try to jump in here and make this happen. Make sure that, oh, here. I don't know why she doesn't have the proper gear on, but we'll just do that for now. And then we'll begin. All right, so let's go ahead and show you guys how this works. Now, Thomas is great to start with because of his offensive capabilities. And number 2, the fact that he does do insane amount of shielding. You guys can see he's got all shielders as well. Again, he's got melee to remove shield, I believe he does. So I believe, actually, no, he doesn't. He doesn't actually. He brought Essel instead. So I think this is going to be a really good team to work with. Also because defensive units just in general are built to be stronger, and they're built to be last long. Right now, you can see Christopher Reed right away is going to do insane amounts of damage. Now you can see this is happening right here. This is where you want to start doing your own thing, right? This is where you want to start buffing. Like I gave myself an extra tactical point. I'm going to increase my damage there. We're going to go ahead and do stuns an opponent. We'll stun Cha right now, so let's stun her for a second. This way she's useless there, and then we just destroy them, right? So it's very important to understand the tactical part of the game, guys. This is a big part. You can't just let this play on. I don't think you can play this on auto at all. So you want to make sure that when you are playing this, that you are actually interfering with the match with your tactical cards, whether you're weakening, strengthening, whatever the case may be, right? So, and you can also refresh anytime you want. So let's go in here, do the next opponent. Here, this part kind of sucks. You're going to have to remember to do this every time. So make sure you are in there and doing that. But here's another opponent here. Let's try this one. And again, it's the same idea, right? Right away, you guys can start using your tactical points. By the way, don't like stop from that. Here, I'm going to use the max one there, use that one there. And then right here, we're going to draw 3 cards just to have them available, right? Look, another maximum point right there just went up. So all the, like it's great because this is an easy way to just boost your power. Right, let's go ahead and give Christopher Reed full power here. Let him instantly do his ultimate. This will probably kill anybody in sight. And if it doesn't, it'll be a lot of damage at least. Oh, there was nobody there. so that part kind of sucked. Okay, increases damage dealt again. This one here, single allies basic. Right there, we'll do this one. And then right here, restores the MP and the power gauge of all my units. And you can see, like, Cha's pretty damn good. Protects the, we don't need a power gauge protection. We can stop that. So how do you exit? You can press X up here. All right, we're gonna go fully restore gauge. Yeah, let's go ahead and give Christopher Reed the fully restore, and let him just get out of his defensive issue here. And you guys can see they lost almost no health. Right, so very important to remember that. I think this is going to be pretty much the meta. It's honestly not that bad. Originally, I thought it was going to be awful because it was 5 minutes. It looked really slow, but the action is pretty fast paced. It is very whaley, guys. Keep that in mind. So anyone who's planning to really like dominate here and do well, you're going to have to remember this is going to be a very whale oriented fight. So if you are somebody who doesn't spend, it's going to cost, right? And don't forget, there are tickets right here, right? So these are going to matter. So you can still continue doing battles to get your 40 battles in to get the extra rewards, but the tickets, like your ranking won't change without your tickets. So keep that in mind. So you guys can see here, you guys can continue doing the full 40, try to get as much as you can in there, but your ranking itself will not be affected whatsoever based off of without the tickets. So that's the main thing to remember. It does require the tickets to do so. So there you guys have it. That's PvP in a nutshell. I'll do more testing and find out more teams. We'll play around with it a little bit more, but I want to give you guys my initial impressions. It's not great, it's not bad, it's mediocre, but you know what, it's better than I thought it was, at least, so that's a good sign. And hopefully you know, I do like the fact that the rewards for ranking is just titles, because then it doesn't really matter that much, and everybody can have a chance to get the real rewards that matter, which is the essence stones and stuff. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are on it. Remember to like, subscribe, leave notifications on, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.